Hi guys, welcome to my first DIY project on Dira It Yourself. Thank you very much for everyone that's shared my intro video and already subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. Today we're making a DIY smartphone projector. It's made out of a box and it uses a magnifying glass, simple painting of it, and one or two tools on how to make the item. So the projector box that I pictured was this one. This doesn't work very well because of the depth of the box. I do suggest you do use a shoebox. Shoeboxes are better because then you can play around with your phone. There's a bit more length. Play around with your phone and get the right distance for projecting on the wall. The only thing about a lot of shoe boxes are have a shiny cardboard, and I had a water-based paint. So if you can, get an acrylic paint if you're wanting to paint the outside of the box. And I know usually the inside of boxes are much less shinier, but if you do want to use a shoe box, or you do only have a shoe box, just get an acrylic paint. Water-based is nice for kids because if they get it on their clothes, it's easy to wash out, but acrylic works too. And regarding the paint color, please use black. I ordered online and it came back gray, but it said black and I was so annoyed. But anyway, I just trudged through and used the paint. I tried to put 2 coats. You're probably going to need just 2 coats anyway, but I should have probably tried a third, but it can't get any darker. Paint is a paint. So just make sure you're buying black paint. One other thing is the distance. So usually it was a 1.5 meter distance of the projector from the wall that I was projecting on. So that should do. I don't know if I mentioned safety, but just please be safe if you're doing this with children, or children if you're doing this alone. Please, when you're cutting the box, have an adult supervise you, and don't use a knife. If you please use a Sharpie knife or a craft knife to help you cut the box, or scissors at least. And then lastly, the cost. So if you include the hacksaw, everything costs 135 rand. But I realized when I was watching more videos and I was researching more, is that you actually don't need to cut off the handle. So you can just use sellotape and just paste especially if it's a box like this, you can just put the magnifying glass like this and then paste. Can you see it doesn't need to actually go inside? So you can just paste it like that and then have the handle hanging on the side. That's one valuable thing I learned, especially if you're planning to maybe use the magnifying glass for some other thing. So you don't have to cut off the handle, and if you don't have to cut off the handle, you don't have to buy the hacksaw, which in total makes the project 105 rand, including the sellotape. So it would be 50 rand for the magnifying glass. I got my paint for 38 rand, and then my brush was 7 rand, and then if you factor in sellotape, I just estimated it at 10 rand. But I'm sure you have sellotape in the house somewhere, so if you minus that, the project actually costs 95 rand. So I did meet the 100 rand mark if you don't use a hacksaw. And you don't actually need to use the hacksaw. I was just being extra. And now I have a hacksaw which I can use for other things. It's a tiny one, but it works. Okay, without further ado, now we're gonna go into how to make the thing. Okay, cool.
That happened by accident, guys. I don't know how, but the box opened by itself.